documents came from Epstein's personal estate, the late sex offender. They handed it over to a congressional committee that's been doing an ongoing investigation. Democrats on that committee, they actually got a jump on the narrative of the day. They initially released three emails they thought were some of the most damning that come out of this block of documents, the 23,000 documents released to the committee. And essentially, it leads to more questions about what Donald Trump may have known about Jeffrey Epstein during the time when they were friends. They had been friends in the 90s and leading up to the early 2000s, but they had a falling out. And the emails, there's one from 2019 where Epstein is apparently writing to journalist Michael Wolff saying, of course, he knew about the girls as Ghislaine asked him to stop. That's one reference there. Another suggests that Donald Trump had spent time with Virginia Giuffre, who is one of Epstein's victims who died as a result of suicide early this year, talking about how Trump was a dog that hadn't barked and that he'd spent hours at Epstein's home with Virginia. So all of these emails that were released, there's not necessarily a ton of context around them. It's a huge volume of emails, and so it's sort of been generating a lot of different headlines through the day. But there are multiple references to Trump, and that, of course, is causing some very significant challenges for the White House. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt really on the defensive, but on the attack, lashing out at Trump's political opponents for these headlines.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. This is truly a manufactured hoax by the Democrat Party.
So essentially, they're making the argument that Democrats are trying to distract from some of the negative headlines that have been taking place here in Washington related to the government shutdown, all that kind of stuff. But again, this refocuses the spotlight on that relationship between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, something that the Trump administration just can't shake. One of a very few issues that really actually seem to trouble the president.